Hey, I have no idea if anybody can hear me. Park, because we were having some issues with the internet when I was right up against Mission Space over here. But hang on, right behind. It's a lot easier to do that. So, hey, welcome and live from Epcot. Hope I'm coming in clear. I'll read comments. Let me know if I am all blasted up. Sarah, what's going on? I saw Justin. There's a lot of kind of like hot takes tonight from some things that I experience in the parks right now. The big thing that I noticed is all of the Christmas decorations are out. So everywhere you go, there are Christmas decorations. Super, super fun to be here in the parks when they have all of the decorations up. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? The next thing, you get Christmas trees in Magic Kingdom and wreaths up in Main Street. And then in Hollywood Studios, I noticed there was no Christmas tree yet, but in Gertie's Little Ponds, there was ornaments as well as wreaths all up and down on Sunset and Hollywood, which is cool. And then in Animal Kingdom, they do have the Christmas tree up, which is very cool. And just super, super stoked that they were playing some Christmas music today at Animal Kingdom, and it warmed my heart. Before we get into some food and snack reviews that I've already preloaded from just over here. Here we go. So everything's reverse over here. Over there in Space 220, because I got a chance to try that out last week, and I uploaded a video for Mark to share. But before that, some other hot takes that I noticed. One thing I feel dumb about, but I have to talk about is if I had Epcot as my first location, and if you're trying to do the virtual queue for Remy, just heads up and note that you won't be able to do the 1 o'clock virtual queue if you're not in the park. So I didn't tap my Magic Band or come into the parks. That's only available for people that are in parks because I actually missed the 7 a.m. this morning. I came to the parks super, super late. I actually started out in Disney Springs. Heads up. Jock Lindsay's is starting to do kind of a transition and getting more into the holiday spirit. I had this autumn smash that tasted like apple pie. It was a cocktail. It was delicious. And the pretzel there was fantastic, almost as good as Baseline's. The dipping sauces, the beer cheese, and the mustard are better over at Baseline, although I think the pretzels are pretty comparable. What is going up, poppin'? Good seeing you. What's poppin'? And so you have to be here in Epcot if you want to get into a virtual queue. So just heads up if you're thinking about that for the 1 o'clock if you missed the 7 a.m., which the 7 a.m. you can do outside of the parks. Next thing is they're getting ready over here in Epcot for the Food and Wine Run and Dine, something like that. There's like a Disney running tent that's outside in the parking lot, so they're getting ready to run that. I think that actually starts tomorrow, the 4th, and there's another one on Friday, the 5th. And then they just announced the Run Disney events that are coming in springtime, so they open up December 9th. And then the last thing I noticed, and I actually saw a couple of news places starting to talk about it, but at the Tower of Terror on the Hollywood Hotel, I noticed all the way on the top there was some scaffolding. So it looks like they had to cut a gigantic part of the Tower of Terror open to be able to utilize it. So Justin, good question. I don't think you're going to have to. If you're a dummy like me, you straight up think a lot of things. But at 7 a.m., actually before 7 a.m., so like 6:50 a.m., confirm who your party is, and then right at 6:59, just start tapping the refresh button. And once you open that up, it's pretty much super, super easy. Fun fact, tour guide Barbie said they sell pickles in every park because of Disney Run events. Well, it's filled with salt, good electrolytes. I think pickles would be terrible after a run, but running sounds awful to me too. Mark, yeah, that's what I'm guessing, Sarah. But if you did want to purchase Remy, I think today it was $9. So during the week, it's actually more affordable. They kind of have surge pricing on the weekends or more popular holiday times for any of the a la carte lightning lanes. So just food for thought there. So And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is I got an opportunity to check out Kite Tales. If you've never heard of Kite Tales is the new kite show that's at Animal Kingdom. It takes place right in front of the theater that has Finding Nemo, the musical. And it also goes over that lake behind the backside of the Tree of Life. And yes, it is. And Kite Tales is just these giant, huge, anywhere between like 15 and 25 foot gigantic kites that they pull via wave runners around the lagoon behind the Tree of Life. And it just looks amazing. It's so fun. If you go and sit, and I'll have a YouTube video and a bunch of TikToks out and Instagram stories of it over the next few days of pictures of the kites crashing. Here's the pro tip. So if you want a hack attack here, you're going to want to go to where Everest is, go to the amphitheater section with the bench seats and sit all the way down in the very first row, all the way to the right. Now, granted, most people aren't going to want to sit there because it is hot. It's in the sun. But what I would recommend is either going super, super early, right? So they have a 10:15 show, or do what I did and go at the 5:15 show. And it's tremendous. And watching the kites crash is probably one of the absolute funniest things I've ever seen. I couldn't stop laughing at all the cast members. I think it's hysterical too. I need to come up with some sort of Kite Tales shirt now because it is the funniest thing. I was thinking of something with like a deflated Simba-like kite on the ground. Obviously not stealing IP, but I can't come up with what that.
Looks like we lost connection with Kirk temporarily. Again, this is the joys of having everyone on a device using Genie Plus is that the bandwidth is stretched to the absolute max. So he is looks like he's frozen up, but maybe we can get him back in a second. Hello everybody. Let us know what you think. Congratulations to Justin Grant. Justin is our newest Patreon member. Dude, it means the world. Thank you so much to us. We're just going to wait. Yeah, Kirk definitely dropped from the stream. He's rebooting his device right now. Let's see. Maybe Bite Tails. Good stuff. Sarah, hello. Mark, you're in the dark tonight. I am. So watch this. You want to see how fun this is? I'm in the dark because I did not plan on coming on. And then voila, boom, ring light galore. And then we've got the LED lights. Instant mood lighting. How's that, Katie? Is that better? So here he comes. He's back. We're good, man. I've got you.
Yo, can you run that Space 220 video while I get myself set up in front of Spaceship Earth?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's do it. Here we go. You can actually talk through it too if you want.
Okay, sweet. All right, so I went to Space 220. Here's a pro tip. Get there at about 10:45 as they open up at 11, and you can get a spot in the lounge. It's super affordable and good. Oh, you popped on the... we can do People Mover. So the other night on Monday, I actually rode the People Mover for the first time via fireworks on an attraction, which I thought was absolutely really, really fun. The other thing is you get a great vantage point Sorry, this is getting all choppy on me. You get a great look at the castle, so you can see some projections on the left-hand side, and you definitely get to see a ton of fireworks. And tonight, because we are in Epcot, I wanted to make sure that a little bit from the model of Progress City. If you've never seen this is what they had originally over the Carousel of Progress over in Disneyland's resort. They brought it over to our Carousel of Progress. So there you go, you get some enchantment projections. The other thing that's cool is once you exit, you get a good shot of Tinkerbell too. So here's Progress City. This is originally from Disneyland too, and it was stored in the Carousel of Progress before it got moved over here. Wow, I feel like somebody told me that already. I hear Tiana playing.
If your future includes shopping, then you'll want to visit Star Trek.
Then you're going to see us come out of the People Mover tunnel right back into the fireworks again before I cut it off. Which makes me think that I should definitely ride the Tomorrowland Speedway for the fireworks next time, because they're right above it.
Speedway, put the pedal to the metal and speed towards the checkered flag in your very own race car. Young or old, it's your chance to drive in the fast lane without worrying about getting a speeding ticket.
It was so loud, I swear it sounded like somebody was shooting cannons off. It was awesome. Dumbo's a good spot to watch the fireworks too. So I'm totally geeking out over this restaurant. This is the coolest. So this is when I went to Space 220, which is what I was standing outside. It's just to the right of Mission Space. Oh my god. I got the Nebula, which is... Hang on, let me look up the menu. So I think I'm going to get the calamari, cauliflower, and then I got this Nebula, which is Maker's Mark, pineapple, honey, passion fruit, bitters, and then this big tang. Looks really good, and it's served with astronaut ice cream. I'm going to get all that. So this is that Star Nebula with Maker's Mark. How's it going? How we doing? This is the appetizer, the Blue Moon cauliflower, which has buffalo underneath. So it's like buffalo sauce and then a bunch of shaved blue cheese on top. So the buffalo cauliflower is so good. It's got blue cheese crumbles on the inside. It's really lightly fried, really crisp. And the sauce is incredible. A little bit of celery strips. It's perfect. 4.8. So occasionally, while you're looking out the windows, things will fly by. Just missed an astronaut. Let's see if anything else is going to pop in the screen. But every once in a while, a ship or a person. It's a cool little detail. So can I be honest? Space 220, the theming's just, okay. The biggest problem I have is it's got no atmosphere up here.
SV1, you are cleared for departure.
10-4 to get in the station.
In 3,
I said the wrong word.
1.
Hey, little boy, you see me up on Florida. Take off from
Your journey back to Epcot will be a smooth and quick one today. So enjoy the ride.
And she is not kidding at 13,000 miles an hour, which average should be a lot faster than the Tower Chair. You'll think we have nanotech stabilization that keeps us in place as we are moving so fast. You will also notice after entry how we are not on fire. That also has to do with nanotech technology.
When you dock, gather your belongings, exit through the open airlock, and watch your younger travelers.
SV1, prepare for docking.
SV1 clear before arrival.
10 for long doors and procedures. Hey Siri, what's that thing you said?
So we ended up making it over here to this it's beacons of magic. It kind of sporadically happens every 15 minutes after dusk.
Future World's fighting us tonight, man. It's fighting us on the Wi-Fi. Man, that looks so beautiful, though. Future World's fighting us tonight, Kirk.
Dude, it's less futuristic than it is more of just a world.
Yeah. It's like bad Wi-Fi world tonight.
Yeah. It's, honestly, it's like one of those things where you got to find out where all the dead spots are, and it's really, really tough to find them until you do this stuff, because you don't know until you're pushing it to the brink, The one thing,
it's so funny.
Yeah.
I was going to say we had tour guide Barbie on the show last night. Dwayne and I interviewed her for the podcast.
Yeah.
She's obviously she's a local, friends with a lot of streamers, and she told us that since the rollout, especially since the rollout of Genie Plus, like live streaming is almost dead now because there's no bandwidth. It's just all sucked up.
Well, so I can give you some insider info. Is they're retrofitting all the parks in 5G. So that's something that they haven't had ever in the parks. So I think all of those data issues will be rectified, but you have to put repeaters for 5G everywhere in the parks, and it's not easy. And right now, the other thing is Disney has systematically turned off streaming capabilities during certain time periods. So for example, if you're on Main Street during Enchantment, there was a lot of times where they'll shut off the Wi-Fi, so you won't have access to Wi-Fi. Then everybody overloads the cell tower services. So at that point, you can't stream either. I did see one gentleman, it's the funniest thing ever. He must be huge on some sort of platform or channel, but homeboy had a 3 tripod setup with 3 different phones streaming on 3 different channels. So he must have, and it was all in vertical. So I'm guessing one was probably Instagram, one was probably TikTok, and then another platform. But yeah, it was ridiculous. But
I've noticed a lot of the streamers have gone purely to vlogging content.
Well, if it doesn't work and the tech's not there, then you can't do this. What's interesting is there's a lot of people whose livelihoods depend on that type of stream, which, good, bad, or indifferent, we've always talked about it, is that streaming is just showcasing. It's not actually, telling necessarily a story apart from just showing people things in the parks, which is totally cool. But, we love to share how to do Disney better, our opinions on snacks. Should you spend money on them or not? Is there better ways to be at the parks, and history and hidden Mickeys and all the fun stuff, so that it can enrich your next trips,
So Jessica said that Space 220 looks cool.
Yeah.
Did you wind up getting those other things? Like, did you get the calamari? Was that one of? Okay.
Yep. So here's some tips, and I'll leave it on Spaceship Earth because I just think it's prettier than my face, right? So let me make sure we get in frame here. And this beacon of light will probably start up in the next 8 minutes or so, which is their rolling show that they do with all these LEDs, which I think they did such a nice job. And you can't see really the LEDs during the day. If there was a glow up or a plus that they did really well, this is it, because it looks fantastic. It reminds me of when they
around. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think they will. I just think that if they could do this with a combination of projections or maybe drones, you could build some really wild shows. It's just Epcot is in such disarray with the construction that it makes it really challenging to enjoy Epcot to its fullest, because everywhere you go, there's a construction panel, you know?
The traffic pattern is very frustrating right now. The fact that you don't have a hub and spoke anymore, and it's basically it's two circles. I mean, it's a figure eight. The park is in a figure eight right now.
All right, here we go. Beacons of Magic. On Earth. When you're driving up to Epcot and you catch this before you hit the parking lot, or you come on a monorail or a bus, you can see this from the highway, and it just looks so cool. And then now it's going to sequence through a couple of different color changes. My favorite one is one that kind of looks like the actual Earth with a blue and greenish pattern. But what's cool is that these are all LEDs, and then they could sequence them differently and change colors. I remember they did the projections that made it look like the Death Star, and they exploded Spaceship Earth one time. And now you can see on the left-hand side of the frame, those are all the Epcot lands, which have their own symbol on those flags. So those red, purple, and blue flags. And then on the right-hand side over here, there's green, orange, and blue flags for all the different areas of the park. And these are the changed areas. I'm curious to see how this Moana exhibit looks, because that looks like that didn't get scrapped because it's dead center of where the fountain was.
Thanks for visiting us today. For the safety and health of everyone, masks fully covering your mouth and nose are required when indoors. Wash your hands often and cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Justin says that Tree of Life is his favorite park icon.
It's a good one, and the projections on it, they have this thing, it starts at I think it's like 7:15 until 8. It's called Waking Up the Tree of Life, and it's a sequence of projections that happens. It's really, really cool. I can't wait until I think still, although I think this is an amazing icon and incredible at night, even more so now with the LEDs, I still think that best bang for your buck in terms of iconic things that are super well lit at night is going to be Hollywood Studios. You got the Hollywood Tower Hotel. You have Chinese Theater. You have, I just think all of Toy Story Lands looks incredible at night. And then Batuu with the Millennium Falcon is incredible at night. Even to me, this is so stupid, but Muppets Theater and Pizza Rizzo with the LEDs look phenomenal too. It just has the most iconic things. And I can't wait for that projection on Tower of Terror to come back, because it looks like Christmas tree and wrapping, and Snope is coming, and I just love Christmas here. I do love Halloween. I really, really do. But I genuinely I get happier. And maybe it's just because it's new and it just changed over this week, but the Christmas stuff is just so much fun. And the music changeover, like it was an African Christmas carol kind of vibe over at Animal Kingdom. It was great.
How is the crowd tonight?
Relatively reasonable. So, the best way to gauge crowds is to look at e-ticket attractions. Now, Epcot's kind of weird because it has 3 e-ticket attractions well, I guess 4 if you count Remy, but you don't have access unless you either buy it or virtual queue it. So you don't know how long that wait really is. It's really only about 20 minutes, but it's got those boarding groups queued up. Soarin' is weird. They almost never have a line for Soarin'. And in fact, if you guys want to go on that, Soarin' has really good reception. I've live streamed in there a ton of times. So we can attempt to go on Soarin' towards the end of this and see if it cuts out or not. But Soarin' usually this time of night, you know, we're creeping up on 8 o'clock, is only 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's nothing. And I think it's in part because it's so far away from World Showcase, and almost all the attractions are at the front of this park where, you know, everyone's kind of like drinking and eating around the world right now because it's late at night. This is kind of a more adult park too, just based on the attraction styles that they have. Mission Space almost never has a line, but Test Track was under 30 minutes and Frozen though was at 45. That's high. So if Frozen's under 20 minutes or 30 minutes even, it's pretty slow here. But I think the Run Disney event tomorrow has some crowds coming into Epcot tonight.
People are getting hydrated, of course.
Yeah, well,
They need to hydrate before they run.
they should go straight to Italy, carbo load with pizza and pasta, and pretzels over at Germany, and then 1 million gallons of beer, and then attempt to run tomorrow.
Justin said, any Christmas decorations on Living with the Land yet?
So I don't know. I didn't go on Living with the Land yet. This is my first time in. So Christmas decorations went up on Monday. I visited Magic Kingdom and Studios, and it still was pretty sparse. It was mainly focused in the front of the parks. Epcot is the only park that has not had any Christmas decorations up that I've seen. But that doesn't mean that once you get out towards the World Showcase area that there are some, because that's really kind of been the center area that they highlight first in terms of changeover.
Yeah.
But Animal Kingdom is right in the front where Island Mercantile is. So it's like an Island Traders. That area was themed, nothing else. And there was theming for Sunset and Hollywood Boulevards on Hollywood Studios. And then Magic Kingdom, it was just Main Street. And then, you know what? Hollywood Studios did spill over into that pond over by Gertie and had the ornaments there. That was it. So I doubt any of the attractions got changed, except for I saw some pictures from Jungle Cruise getting turned over to Jingle Cruise. And the wait times were super, super long, longer than they have been, even with the changeover. It was roughly like 85 minutes today. So I'm guessing Jingle Cruise is alive and well, and if you're going to come to the parks now through Christmas and you want to experience the Jingle Cruise, which I suggest you do because the skippers wear costumes and all the jokes change to like Yuletide and funny and Home Alone, and Christmas Vacation. It's really, really funny and well done. You're going to have to get there immediately as soon as like you got to rope drop Jungle Cruise, which I know is such a ridiculous thing to do, but the wait times for that is horrendous unless you get Genie Plus.
That effect right now is so awesome. Oh my gosh.
Well, dude, this reminds me of 1980s Epcot. I have a hat that mirrors this exact color scheme. It's just so pretty. And I love the sparkles.
The prettiest girl in the class right there. That's it.
With this, it's up there. I don't know if it takes the cake as my favorite thing to look at night, but this little show, just if you can spend the time, and it's so hard if you have kids, but if you can spend the time here for 20 minutes just to watch through all the changes, and if somehow I can keep their interest, I could stay here for an hour.
I think I could just post up with a drink and sit there all night.
Well, that's kind of what I have. I went over to the Joffrey's by Mission Space, and I got this, it's called Golden Stardust or something. It's like a wild berry frap. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's super, super sweet acai. It's like
Is that our review? Should we do that as the review?
We can. Yeah, we can do that. We'll wait until this kind of calms down a little bit because it's still really loud.
Yeah.
But I love these colors. These are some of my favorites.
Sarah said Epcot is the Christmassiest park. I love all the international holiday tradition.
Yeah, so Festival of the Holidays here, I'm with you. That was Sarah, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I have this basically in a planter because it was the best place to put it. And I can't read all the comments that well. So thank you for letting me know.
That's why you've got me.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, I agree. And the cookie stroll is coming back. The cookie stroll, if you don't know, cookies are like $2.50, which is super affordable when it comes to doing one of the food trails in Epcot. They normally, you have to buy stuff that's like $6.99 to $12.99 to participate. This one is super affordable at $2.50. So after you spend $10, you get a free cookie and milk, and it comes with usually like a little cup. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So now we're turning into the world. And you can see the continents. There goes China, Russia, Africa. Monorail just went by. There's Iceland, North America.
Dude, I'm glad that we get this view because before it was choppy on this part when we were walking.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to lose video, this is not the place to do it.
No, it's gorgeous. Nice.
Yeah, it's so well done.
3 weeks. I'm there in 3 weeks.
I know, dude. You're going to have so much fun. I think, because that's Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I'm going to be around then or if I'm coming back late that Saturday or something. I think I come back one of the days that you're around. Maybe I'll try to link up one of those days. If not, no biggie. But all right,
Yeah.
Let's flip it around. Can you guys see me?
Break out that Loom Cube.
All right. You know what? I got something better than a Loom Cube. It's called Epcot lighting.
Epcot
Is it?
ball.
Yeah, well, no, not even. They have these great little light up stands right here. Is that good? Can you see me?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So this is that Joffrey's Frappin. I've been watching this show for so long. I tracked like almost all of it, but it's super sweet. It's that wild berry and acai. To me, you do get that rich berry flavor and then a lot of whipped cream, and it had sprinkles on top. This is one of the iridescent 50th anniversary. If you're into milkshakes, if you're into wild berry, acai, anything like acai bowls, it kind of has like gives off a you know what? Here's a good comparison. If you've ever been to the Grand Floridian and you've eaten at 1900 Park Fair, it's all you care to enjoy with Cinderella and Wicked Stepsisters and Wicked Stepmother, and they have this strawberry soup. It's cold soup, but it's a dessert soup. That's what this reminds me of. And when I first got it, my problem with all of the iced drinks here in Disney is, yeah, it's hot out, but everything is like chunked ice. It's not like smooth, right? It's not like milkshakey or creamy. And even this one, until it started melting, it just felt like I was drinking chunks of ice. I'm not crazy about it. I'd give it a 2.4. I wouldn't get it again. I could see somebody really enjoying this if it was an adult beverage and they spiked it with some sort of Bacardi rum or a flavored vodka. But for me, I don't know. It's like a 2.1-ish vibe is what I'm getting. It's okay. It's just not great. Justin's coming up close, dude. You're super close. Okay. So we can do a couple of things here. Do we want to attempt to go over to the new creation shop that opened up? Do we want to go to the Land Pavilion and attempt to ride Soarin'? What are you guys feeling? Because we can look at like 50th merch. We could go through Club Cool if that's still open.
I
whatever
feel
you guys
like
are feeling.
I feel like we need to do Club Cool and an extended Drink Me segment.
Well, far be it for me to deny going to Club Cool. Let's do
I
it.
mean, the Sippers Club needs to get together tonight.
Oh my gosh, this is a very illustrious group, the Club Cool Sipping Society. Pinkies up with paper cups. Let's get it.
I'm ready. I got a shameless plug, a Walrus Carp Sipping Society shirt that should be here any day.
Yeah, I saw your order was getting printed, so everything should be greenlit and get to you. I think it already might have shipped. Can't remember if the tracking went out.
I think it shipped. This is always my favorite, is going underneath the Epcot ball.
Yeah.
Epcot
it's just-
ball.
So during the day, and you can see it better now, each one of these LEDs is actually made up of 8 LEDs. It's like octagonal kind of looking thing.
Sarah with the hot take: Creations is way better than the Emporium.
You know, I don't think that's a bad take. I think that's pretty fair. Creations is definitely different. It's nicer and bigger than any of the other shops they had here. I mean, when Mouse Gear and they condensed it, I don't know, it kind of was a little wonky for me. And then it was
Dwayne says, I love the new lighting on Spaceship Earth. Kirk just had a chance to watch the light show. I know you were a little bit late.
Yeah,
But-
Beacons of Magic, cuz. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great show. It actually has some pretty decent music, too. Here's a hot take.
This
This
is
is an un-
ridiculous. Yeah.
Here's an unpopular hot take, right? And I'll give you Spaceship Earth in the background. Harmonious is not as good as the exit show is when you're leaving after Harmonious is done. Hot
Whoa.
take. Hot.
That's a super hot take, man.
Oh, the-
So I have been listening to You Are the Magic from Enchantment.
it's a
was-
bop, dude.
It's a banger.
It is, dude.
It's good. I'm coming around on it.
It's a
See,
great song. It's not as good as Happily Ever After. It's really going to be hard to beat Happily Ever After when it comes to the soundscaping of that. It's just so well done, and it's a great story.
They're also different. They're different songs. They're different styles of music too.
It's true.
Happily Ever After is more of a pop song, and You Are the Magic. It's like show tunes. It really is. It's like a show tunes number. It's meant to be for a show or for a presentation. That's the kind of style of music. Happily Ever After was a pop song.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's definitely fair. So you could see a lot of the construction over here. This was where Mouse Gear, and they just ripped open all this entire side. So I mean,
Yeah, your
Progress.
your video is cut a little bit. I noticed this too. Brian and Amanda were live from the park the other day. They had the similar problem with their Wi-Fi, like right around this curve, until they almost got to like Club Cool. They had some pretty spotty issues. But again, this is why live streaming's become really challenging in parks lately. They have to upgrade that Wi-Fi. There you go. Boom. Right where Brian and Amanda came back, you came back.
yeah. Oh, there's our Joffrey stand that I got that frap, and then over on our left, super dark. But around this corner is going to be our mission space, and then test track there. But we are going to go to the right to go to Creations.
You could be that obnoxious guy and blast people with your Loom Cube.
No, I will not.
I know.
I refuse
I
to
joke.
be terrible. First of all, it's not like live streaming is my favorite type of thing to do, only
Yeah.
because sometimes like I feel like you're impacting how other people are enjoying themselves because you have to narrate.
Oh, absolutely.
You lose the video, or you want to give a little bit more detail or a little bit of fun. So you can't just like kind of dump in and out, where vlogging to me is nicer in the way that you get to curate the message. So there's Club Cool. A little bit of a line. So Club Cool will probably take somewhere around 5 minutes in a line. Not too bad though.
Oh, that's really not bad. We had
No.
3 times that line for when we did the live for Club Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not terrible.
I've waited over like here at the end, so completely packed, and that took about 20 minutes, which is still not bad. They had way more setup than I thought they did
Mhm.
in terms of things that they, like stations. I think there's 6 or 8 stations, and the fact that everyone gets their own individual and you can take off your mask and kind of sip around is super, super fun.
I like the fact that they do have a little bit of crowd control versus the way that it was when it was in the hub.
Yeah, it was madness.
It was just
You know.
a free for all. The floors were sticky. It was kind of gross.
So these are these really cool like body plushes and robots. They're $34.99. This is a meal.
You're
They literally,
I don't know if you could see it on our end. You're actually frozen. We see the outside of the creation shop.
no, I can't. It looks like my video is rolling around Emil and Remy. So there's all this Remy merch. Am I in creations yet or no?
Not here. You're actually frozen. Camera's frozen on our end, which is so weird.
Well, right now I guess I'm into the unknown.
Yes.
All right,
We
let's
can
see.
hear you though. You sound phenomenal.
Well, that's good.
You
I
sound
definitely have a face for radio.
As do I.
All right, let me see if
There you go.
did that help.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
No.
I'm staring at a woman crossing your path, and a spirit jersey, a Baby Yoda spirit jersey. But I
Oh.
could see from a distance the beautiful Mickey mural that I love on both sides of
Mhm.
Creation Shop. They're really nice.
Can we see any of the wishables I'm staring at right now?
No, we do not. Sorry for that yawn, everybody. My
Dang,
bad.
dude, getting late on them.
There we go. Wishables.
You're an old dude.
I am old.
So here's something interesting. I only saw the blind bag wishables for these 50th ones one time, and that was in the Contemporary, and they had Goofy and Chip were in it, or maybe it was Dale was in the blind bag, and then they came out with these this week, and they're now more expensive. They're $5 more than they used to be. These would be $9.99, so that's a 50% increase in price.
Inflation.
No, so I heard a new phrase. You guys want to get learned on some economics?
I would love it.
So there's a new phrase. It's called skimpflation. And skimpflation is when you pay a higher price, but there's less value added. So in the case of being
Wishables.
here
Yeah.
at Wishables, you're paying 50% more and getting less options. The where's the one? There's a real funny looking jacket, but like you kind of think like, oh man, that would be cool because it's got all the what do you call it? The spaceship Earth pattern, and it's like futuristic. I feel like that's instant regret if you get that. I mean, look at the size of this pocket, dude.
Yeah.
Like, look at this thing.
Well, you
Like,
could
that's
put
bigger than my hand.
you could put your iPad Max in it.
I could easily fit anything. I could fit my Loom Cube in there.
You could fit your whole lunch in there.
Dude, ready? Hang on. Check this out. 1,000-piece puzzle. Let's see if this gets in here. I feel like it will. Yeah. So
I'm just now realizing
this is slightly oversized. What are they doing?
that I might have made a mistake by buying this jacket.
Because it's got the largest pot. Like, listen, if you want to put like a hamburger in your pocket, this is actually a pretty cool corkicle. I actually am a huge fan, not of corkicles, but of this style of double wall insulated. This is $39.99. But this style of mug, I got this one on Amazon for $18. This is an iron flask, and they had like walrus carpian kind of colors, but I've never seen a top like that. It's like a screw off top, so it's a spout lid. And dude, I leave this sometimes in my car, and in the Florida heat, I never ever have a problem with it getting hot ever. Look at Mickey hang gliding.
Get some Numios.
Yeah, so Numios, there are 3 new iridescent ones. I just got these for the girls with the headbands, and then they also have this with the Mickey ears, and then you got more contemporary, and then a headband with a bow.
Disney's gone all in on those.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm disappointed is, I'm going to go out this way because I lost you guys going the other way. The only thing where they screwed up is they haven't released a lot of the base characters. So you're still looking at kind of the Fab Five. And we did get Sally for a hot second with Jack for the holidays, and then it just pieced out, done.
Yeah.
So that kind of stinks. Because I've seen in Tokyo Disneyland a ton. Here's another perspective of Spaceship Earth. There's those countries again, and Africa's coming up. And then it'll shut off. We'll see a little bit of North America on this side, and then when it rotates around, it'll just go black.
Team America.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
all right. That's kind of fun. I like these little pocket shirts, although these dudes are creeping me out, man. Like, what's up with them faces?
It's like the movie with Nick Cage. I want to take his face
Off. There's definitely no faces around here. All right, Club Cool is a walk-on. So let's hit it.
Time to get that sour plum tea.
Oh God, you're gonna make me drink that, aren't you?
I feel like you should.
It's all good, man. I've had it. It's totally fine. The Country Club and the Bon Anglais are my favorite. I've actually come in here and just got Country Club and dipped. So you've got to do the mixture of the watermelon with that Bon Anglais, and then that's what the old watermelon Fanta tasted like. Okay, thank you so much.
Got to do the mix.
So sorry, cast members talking to me. Which one? It's the watermelon and the what?
You got to do the watermelon with the Bon Anglais, and that's what the old watermelon Fanta tasted like. Because the watermelon's not the same as they used to have.
Gotcha.
The Sipping Society is now meeting.
Yep.
Pinkies up.
The club is in session. And fun fact, if you didn't realize, this is all old Coke bottles and some dyed colors that are the Coca-Cola colors. So there's little bits of glass from old Coke bottles. But how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 of the sipping stations in here. And you kind of queue up on the left with some merch. Sadly, no Club Cool merch themselves. I think that's a missed opportunity by Coca-Cola not to do throwback retro. Club Cool didn't start, when Epcot opened, but they could celebrate some sort of anniversary or coming back. Throw the retro logo out there. I feel like they could have made some money off of that.
Yeah. Is that just soda on top?
Where?
To your right? Is that just like a 6-pack of soda? What is that on top?
Like behind this section over here?
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, on the end cap.
No. I think that's so the one side is a straw. They're both straw dispensers.
Okay.
So like old school soda fountain kind of straw dispensers. But if you do come in here and you want to get just like a soda or a float or a frozen drink, they don't have anything alcoholic, but they do some pretty interesting floats. If you're a Dole Whip kind of person, they do, all their different unique flavors of soda, and you can mix them up.
Dwayne likes the Bon Anglais from Madagascar.
Yeah, dude, the Bon Anglais is good. I'm a Country Club, dude. Bring me to the Country Club. The DR is where I belong. It tastes like, I don't know, like a better version, like a fruitier version of a cream soda or creamsicle kind of thing is what I get. Uh-oh. Busted.
What happened?
Thank you so much. This group just came in and tried to jump on the sodas.
Uh-oh.
So a cast member scooped them. All right. Little cups.
Little tiny cups. You got to go with the Beverly.
Got to first, so give you the official here. You know, I'm kind of used to it now because I've drank it so many times.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's to me it reminds me a lot of Campari. If you know what that alcohol tastes like,
Yeah.
It's just very, very bitter, and I think non-alcoholic aperitif is totally there. Now
Listen,
it doesn't make
I-
me appetize necessarily, but
and I'll drink that over that that horrible sour plum tea. That is disgusting.
so the one thing about Bon Anglaise, which you guys, that's like your favorite, right? You and Dwayne, is to me a lot more of fruit I get
Very,
out of this.
very sweet.
Very,
yeah.
very fruity. Well, I mean, it's all soda, but, you know, soda isn't necessarily sweet considering the Beverly is so bitter. My favorite, the Country Club Merengue. Look at that. It's like phosphorescent orange. Creamy tropical fruit. Yeah, it's like a fruitier creamsicle that's not really orange. I would give it more of I don't know.
Okay, so hit that royal watermelon. Hit the royal
All
watermelon.
right, wait. This one, Royal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just try it first on its own, right? Just try it
All right.
on its own.
And speaking of which, you're saying it wrong. That's watermelon,
Watermelon.
and this is from the Philippines.
Meh,
All right,
right? Meh.
it's got kind of like a tart, refreshing,
so now
soury apple.
Okay, so do it again, but now mix it with the Bon Anglaise.
Okay. This cuvee idea is a good call. I feel
Trust me.
this is you showing off your true sipping society skills here. With
This is
the,
it.
Cuvées. So I like that because you get the acidity from the Royal
What I'm
or
talking about.
Royale, and then the Bon Anglaise, you get that big sweet fruit, like tropical fruit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a member of the Sipping Society.
I got to re-up, dude, because you got my palate all jacked now. Let's go to apple lychee.
The lychee. Jessica wanted to know. She's asking to go back to the Beverly. She wants to know what's in the Beverly.
Yeah, so you know we're gonna go crazy. We're gonna add the Joy in the Beverly.
Oh my
And-
gosh. Is there someone there to revive you? Are you going to be okay?
Nah, dude, it tastes like 7-Up.
Wow.
Because this is like, to me, this reminds me of when I give my kids apple juice, but I watered it down. That's what this tastes like.
yeah.
And then this, it just like kind of combats the Beverly. I feel like we need to find a good Beverly mix. Now, this is straight poison.
Oh, don't do it. I'll let
I
you
have to.
skip
I
that
have
if you
to.
want to.
No,
oh
I have
man.
to. I have to. And it looks like a dirty brown cola. And it says plum, sweet, savory. Savory. Oh, God. It smells like soy sauce.
It's disgusting. That is the new Beverly. Don't get
is.
people to drink the Beverly. Just tell them, be like, oh no, don't drink that one. That one's
No,
bad.
no,
Drink
no,
this one." Yeah.
Be smart and try the sour plum. That is the worst. Hands down. All right. Let's try.
I feel like you should try
I do
mixing
like
the
the
sour
Russia.
plum. Yeah. Mix the sour plum with something. I'm just curious.
All right. Let's go sour plum. We need something really sweet to balance it. I
Yeah.
think we're going to go Bon Anglaise again, see if
I'm-
it can right all the woes. All right, here we go.
I'm curious.
Ugh, no.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. You can't solve that. I feel like you just can't.
You can't
And then-
solve for X. That's it.
All right. This raspberry would be good. This you know what? This Viva, man, I'm living life. I got to do this with something. Let's try it with Country Club. Let's live that Country Club life. Viva and Country Club. Let's do it.
We are getting so sophisticated with our Club Cool stay right now.
Yes, if you want to come over here and scoop some, no problem. We share in the Sipping Society. No problem. I think this one almost tastes like a raspberry seltzer. So if you want to dull any of these other but keep the bubbles, that's a good call. All right. But I still gotta, I'm filling her up. I'm leaving with my Country Club. Ugh.
I stand by the Royal Watermelon. And-
It's a good mixer to me because that tartness can kind of balance out some things. I think actually these two could be a good combo.
It used to be Fanta. It wasn't that watermelon. It was a legit water. It was from Japan, so they changed that.
Yeah,
That's not-
I'm very happy that they changed it though, because I remember the ones that I've actually. I used to really like this Kona Cola, which Incan Cola. Yeah, and it's this. I had like a yellow kind of tint to it, and that kind of reminded me a lot of creamsicle. And dude, that stuff is fire. Now
they sell it up here. I can buy it. I can buy it and send it to you if you want it.
So I think it's from. Where's it from? Is it from the Philippines or is it from South America, like Latin America?
I think the Incan was from South America. I think it's from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so you can actually get it here in Disney still. You have to go to the Coca-Cola store in Disney Springs, and you can pick it up there. Also, you're not a part of the Sippin' Society unless you're stacking cups.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
If you're not stacking on stacks, you don't know. There's cuvées, man. That's a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy that I need to really find a good one. I think that Viva, because it tones some things down, makes it more drinkable.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I think it does. I think it adds a good flavor and good mix. Well, yeah. I think that rounds us out. You know, I mean,
yeah.
We always end up going. We're like right at 60 now, so I don't want to hold the stream and keep rocking
Amazing,
and rolling.
Man. Well, listen, we had a good time. This was awesome. We had a chance to enjoy the Epcot Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped in to save the Wi-Fi like one spot, but we held.
Yeah, well, you know, that's why we do those videos ahead of time, so that we have not only some good, because you gotta see other than nighttime here, because sometimes, you know, over a stream or whatever, it doesn't do it justice as a 4K video. So that's why we do those kind of pre-made. And I forget who had asked me earlier, either Justin or Sarah had mentioned, so far, zero decorations for Christmas. And I mean, Food and Wine still goes all the way until after Thanksgiving. But
it does.
There's nothing, man. It's kind of sad. Here's a little fun thing. If you ever want, during the day, if you ever want a great place to sit and just you got to get away from everybody, right? Like you need a moment. This is my favorite place in Epcot to just chill. It's right over here. You'll notice Test Track's over here. Over here is where they show the preview of all the changes for Epcot. It's also where Brews and Wings is for Food and Wine. Really good chicken wings. But right here, there's like this footpath that almost nobody walks on. And right there in the center, in this section, there's about 6 benches. And you can sit right here. It's got speakers right next to it. It has umbrellas for shade or for rain. And then the monorail comes up on this strip right here, which we might get lucky and catch a monorail with some LEDs. But it's just such a good spot to just chill and hang out, grab yourself something from one of the close little places and just relax. You know, we can, if you want, because we're so close to it. Do you want to check out Food and Wine merch?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we got a minute or two.
Yeah,
I didn't awkwardly jump in and out. I was like just small box Mark today. I was just little. I was in my own little tiny little box to just keep things going.
You got Figment, part of the Fab 50. Fun facts. You want some fun facts on Figment?
Go all the way there.
Fun facts on Figment. Figment.
Oh no! You got to say it again. We lost you.
Fact. Did you hear? Can you hear me? Figment.
No,
Fun facts.
No, you got to do it again.
No.
It's that future.
You know what it
Wi-Fi.
is? It's all right. Ready? I'm gonna run back. I'm running back to the other area. It might be because Harmonious is over here.
It's possible.
It's because Harmonious, if you want to see the projections, which here's a small gripe, you got these gigantic barges that are in the middle, and you can only see the Stargate projections from one side. I don't know why you can't project it on the other side as well, but that's the truth. All right, can you hear, see everything?
Yeah, we're good now. Yep.
All right, I'm going to leave you just with this Figment piece of fun fact knowledge. We got the Imagination Pavilion behind me. Figment was originally green, and because Kodak was a sponsor of the Imagination Pavilion and for the attraction, Figment being green was the colors of Fujifilm, so competitor. Naturally, they suggested you need to change him. They changed him to purple, but once again, not Kodak's company color brands. So that is why we get the unique yellow and red sweater, is all because of Kodak and marketing. So he was originally going to be a green dragon.
Snacks, hacks, and fun facts.
Yeah, there's another thing about Figment was actually named after, I can't remember the show. It wasn't Starsky and Hutch, but it's from one of those shows where basically somebody was blaming somebody's dog for eating something in a garden. And he was like, that's a figment of your imagination. And the dude responds, figments don't eat grass. And the Imagineer was like, oh, figment of imagination. Let's call him Figment. And that's where his name comes from. That was it.
Well, thank you, dude.
No problem.
Awesome. This is always so fun, man. I could hang out with you for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because it would chop up every 20 seconds. Otherwise I would, man. I have a lot of fun. These are great. These are always fun.
I love it.
All right.
All right, we'll see you. We will see you soon next week. Same time, same bat channel. What do we think we're doing next week? Where do you think your travels will take us? We've done Hollywood, we've done Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we have to do a DAC night, and the only thing with DAC is it closes a little early, so we would have to do kind of like shops and other things to kind of fill in the later, or we start the stream a half an hour early and start at 7 so that we can catch more of DAC being alive and doing things.
Yeah, I was going to say what you could do too is you could capture some of the DAC stuff and do that in vlogs, and like we can upload different, like 3 or 4 different segments and then just offset it at Springs or something if you want.
No, I do think that like it's not like they kick you out of the parks, and everybody likes looking at the Tree of Life. So, there's some spots that we can look at, and there's some well-lit, fun areas in DAC that I think people would enjoy. So, yeah, but I think we should change it up and do DAC. That way we've done all 4 parks to start, and then we'll start getting in more detail in some of these places and cover some other fun things that are happening as the holidays are closely approaching us. So, yeah, thank you, everyone, and shameless plug. Go check out walruscarp.com for any of your fun Disney Stack stuff. And obviously follow This Diz Life if you're watching on there. Follow him on Facebook or TikTok. Dude's crushing on TikTok, Mark. Come on, get at it, dude.
I am not crushing anything.
You are, man. I've seen you post way more videos than you normally do. So that is, to me, crushing it.
I am not crushing anything. But thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem, dude.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you so much, everybody. Kirk, until next time, man. See you real soon.
Until next time, take care, guys.
This Diz Life Network is brought to you by Enchanting Escapes by Lori. Lori is here to help you plan your next getaway and create memories that will last a lifetime. No matter where you want to go, if that's Disney, Universal, Sandals, or another amazing destination, Lori can help you get there. Leave the details to Lori and enjoy the beauty of your destination without the hassle of the planning. Lori's services are at no additional charge. So head over to Enchanting Escapes by Lori and get a free quote while taking advantage of some of the amazing features of the website. Resort walking tours, blogs, free downloads, and Magic Maker recipe videos to keep the magic alive throughout the year. Mention promo code ThisDizLife for an extra dose of magic and start planning your dream vacation today at www.enchantingescapesbylori.com.